Hi everyone! So it has been quite a while, well I guess not that long since my last video, and I just wanted to update you guys on what the latest is. So as many of you know, if anyone even watches this, I've been dealing with infertility for about 3 years now, and that's due to endometriosis and also due to a low ovarian reserve. So the way that they test the ovarian reserve is they test your AMH level, which I can't remember exactly what that stands for right now, but if you're going through infertility, chances are you know what it is. So I had that tested, and mine is at 1.7. The median for my age is 4.7. So right now I'm at about the rate that a 35 to 40-year-old would be, and in about 5 years, I'm probably not going to have any eggs left, which is very disappointing. And so pretty much since my last video, I have had a couple more tests done. I have had another HSG done, which is where they inject a dye into your uterus and check if your fallopian tubes are clear. I've had it done in the past. Everything was good in the past. Everything was good this time. Both of my tubes are open. I also had a saline ultrasound done, which is where they put saline into your uterus while they're doing an ultrasound. And pretty much what that does is it just gives them a clearer picture of your actual uterus itself, so they can see if there's any abnormal shapes or any polyps or fibroids or anything like that. Just gives them a much clearer picture. So I had that done, and I do have a few polyps in my uterus. Now, there are a couple ways that this can go. So you can have surgery to remove the polyps. From what I understand, it's a pretty easy procedure. You will be put out for it, but it's not like you're going to have incisions or anything. They just go through your cervix with like a camera and some scissors, and they just cut them out, and then you're good to go. So that is one option. Another option is to just see if my body will naturally flush them out with my next period. That's the option that we're going for, because I do have very heavy periods anyway. So the chances are that I have probably had polyps in the past and my body just does naturally pass them. So we're going to give that a shot and see if that works. So I've been on birth control pills for about 3 weeks. I stopped the active pills 2-3 days ago. I think today would be day 3. So now we're just waiting for my period to start to see if those polyps do flush themselves out. So as soon as I have cycle day 1, I will be scheduled for another ultrasound and more bloods. And then we will schedule another saline ultrasound to check on the polyps. Now, fingers crossed, those polyps are going to go away. And as long as that does happen, we are all set to start IVF in January. I'm so thrilled. It's been such an emotional roller coaster. Going, I'm 25 years old, well 26, I just had a birthday. Being told that IVF is our only chance of having kids, pretty much. Just dealing with that and the emotions that go along with that, it has been so hard. There are so many negative emotions that you feel towards yourself. Like, why can't I do the one thing that women are supposed to be able to do naturally? How many millions of years have women been getting pregnant and not have a problem with it? Which obviously that's a really destructive way to think, and it is very difficult to find yourself in a positive place when you're having that kind of outlook on things. So thankfully I'm in a much better place mentally right now. I do have depression and post-traumatic stress disorder as well as an anxiety disorder. So obviously that doesn't help the emotional aspect of everything. But dealing with it has been a lot easier recently. I just feel a lot more at peace with everything. And I am religious. I'm not, um, you know, like I don't go to church every Sunday. I am not, I can't recite Bible verses to you off by heart, except for a couple that, have really spoken to my heart. But I am religious. I do believe in God. And a lot of religious people do have problems with IVF because they see it as playing God. Personally, I don't have a problem with IVF from a religious standpoint at all. My thought process behind it is kind of, I don't know if any others will agree with my thought process, but I'm going to let you know what it is anyway. So pretty much the way I see it is God puts everybody on this earth for a reason, including the scientists and the doctors who came up with IVF. If IVF wasn't part of God's plan, he wouldn't have given us the people who know how to do that, who, invented that whole process. That's just my kind of standpoint on it. Why would God give us these people with that kind of mindset where that's even a possibility if it wasn't okay in God's eyes? And me and my husband were not doing ICSI, which is where you inject the sperm into the egg. The eggs and the sperm will be in the same petri dish, and then a natural fertilization will happen. So we're not completely playing God as far as that goes. There will still be the natural fertilization. It's still going to be the best sperm wins. We're not picking a sperm and putting it in a specific egg. So yeah, that's the way I see everything. So yeah, everything's been going good. I'm just really ready to get everything started. I'm ready to get my medications. I'm really just ready for January to happen and see how many eggs we get, see if we even get any embryos, which there is a chance we might not. I don't produce that many follicles. I produce about 9 on average. 10 is where they like to see it. Anything below 10 is considered low. So hopefully, my body will really respond to the medications and we'll get somewhere around 9 or 10. And then of those, about 80% should be mature. So that leaves us 8. Then they'll fertilize them, about 75% fertilize. And then, once everything dwindles down, we're hoping that we'll at least get 2 or 3 embryos, and hopefully the quality is good. We might not have a lot of quantity, but we're hoping that because of my age and my husband's age, that our quality is going to be good. And we will only be transferring 1 embryo unless we have really bad quality embryos, in which case we would transfer 2. But our doctor likes to just do 1 at a time. It's much healthier for mom and baby. Singleton pregnancies are much easier, they cost less, and it's just a lot safer. So I wouldn't mind having twins at all. If it happens naturally, obviously, I'm going to embrace that. But I'm a rather small person, so twins kind of does frighten me just because I don't know how my body would be able to handle that personally. I know women do it who are much smaller than me, and our bodies make a way of, have a way of making it work. But all I want is a happy and healthy pregnancy, God willing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will make another update video sometime soon. Probably once I get all my medications, I'll do a video of showing you what medications I'm going to be on and the dosages and everything like that. I am going to try and document a lot of my infertility journey just because for me it's therapeutic. I want to end the taboo on infertility. I don't think it should be something that we're scared to talk about. So many women go through this. 1 in 8 couples deal with infertility in some way, shape, or form. So that's a lot. That's a lot of people going through this. But yeah, it's not talked about because it's considered taboo. It's considered wrong to talk about infertility and miscarriages and women's problems. But I think that that's just silly. I like talking about this stuff. I've already had one of my friends message me, and she told me that she really appreciates how much I talk about infertility, because if she's ever in that position, the position I am in now, then she at least knows somebody who's been through it, and she can reach out to me and ask me questions, And I love that. I love that people, are actually appreciative of my sharing of this stuff. So hopefully you guys appreciate it too. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below and I will try to get back to you. Feel free to share this video if you'd like, and if you want more updates about my journey, feel free to subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!